Today we are going to answer the question, what is technology? When you think of technology, what do you think of? A telephone? A camera? But what about a table or a chair? Would you consider that technology? Let's investigate to find out. In the dictionary, technologies are things created by humans that can make our lives easier or solve problems. All humans have basic needs, such as getting water and food and having a shelter. Technology is a way to make this easier. Instead of going down to the lake to get water, humans invented a way to bring it straight to our homes with indoor plumbing. Some technologies have wires and plug into the wall, like microphones. Microphones help to record sound. Laptops help us get information, type papers, talk to friends, and much more. But some technologies do not have wires at all. Umbrellas help to keep us dry in the rain, and a lock helps to keep our things safe. A pencil helps us write down information, and a fork helps us to eat food. So let's go back to our first question. Is a chair and a table a technology?
Millions of years before Homo sapiens roamed the earth, our ancestors used roughly hewn stone as a tool. Yet technology has changed more in the last 50 years than across all of time. This is because of continuous innovation in products, and also thanks to disruptors, people at the cutting edge who see the potential in technology to change the way we live. And still, the pace of change accelerates. New technology forms part of our very identity, our networks, our tastes, histories, creations, plans, all stored on handheld devices with 100 times more computing power than the Apollo spacecraft. Today's technology is so efficient, it doesn't just enable us to do things differently, it enables us to do different things. At the touch of a screen, we can be in the classroom of the best teachers in the world using video tutorials. And we can simultaneously be doing desk research online. We can be in our own music studio. We can create and sell our own products. We can browse the world's biggest shopping mall. We have new capacities to learn and invent, combining words, music, pictures, real-time interaction. Just as technology is fundamental to being human, so is society. We are born collaborators. Communication, creativity, adaptability, these are all now vital skills for the 21st century. And anyone in the world can now be part of our network. Powerful new mobile devices don't just help us organize our lives and fulfill our potential as workers, learners, fans, consumers, producers. They're a platform for a new and more collaborative stage of human evolution. Students today can now learn by reading and writing directly on digital devices. School children in Asia can collaborate with school children in Australia via video calls to develop ideas to green the planet. Doctors in Africa being guided in real time by doctors in America. A global network of amateur scientists discovering and naming new stars. Across the world, people are meeting online to share ideas, to solve problems, to combine resources. With technology enabling us to work together, every problem seems like it might have a solution. What do you hold in your hand? The future of the world.
What does going viral on the internet really mean? And why does it happen so quickly? Why is a financial institution too big to fail? How does a virus in Africa end up in the United States in a matter of hours? Why are Facebook and Google such powerful companies at creating global connections? Well, in a word, networks. But what are networks? Everyone knows about their social network, but there are all different kinds of networks you probably haven't thought about. Networks are collections of links which combine by specific rules and behave as if they're alive. We say that networks are alive because they are in constant change. Over time, the connections within a network migrate and concentrate in new places, forming evolving structures. How the evolution and concentration of constantly changing connections occurs is the subject of a whole discipline called network theory. We can think of networks as neighborhoods. Neighborhoods are defined by maps. A Google map demonstrates the relationship between locations in exactly the same fashion a network connects hubs and nodes, using streets as links to connect neighborhoods. The reason a network can expand and evolve so quickly is based upon a mathematical concept called power functions. A power function is a mathematical amplification mechanism which over specific and very small ranges accelerates changes logarithmically. That is, a very small change in one parameter produces a huge change in another over a very specific range of values. An example of how network structure emerges is the algorithm used by Google. As the number of links around a search term, say friends, increases, connections begin to form among millions of different searches using the term friend. What Google has cleverly accomplished is a real-time mathematical model for how to predict the emergence of growing connections among billions of search terms. The algorithm Google derived collects the number of references to any search object. As references to a search object increase, the number of links also increases, creating a node. As the node increases in size, it eventually becomes a hub, which links to many nodes. Networks will continue to emerge as new ways of connecting and creating neighborhoods are defined. Perhaps you can begin to see why networks are so powerful. As Google continues to collect the billions of daily searches, new clusters of links will rapidly emerge, forming additional and growing networks. Despite the logarithmic expansion of your network, the laws of 6 degrees of separation still apply. Therefore, if you explore close friends or acquaintances in your Facebook network, everyone on average will be separated by 6 individuals or less, and the map of your social network will create neighborhoods linked by common connections among friends.
The past. Strangely, there are people today who think life was better back in the days of yore. But why? Consider Louis XIV, the Sun King. Louis chose from 40 dishes every night, taking 498 people to prepare each meal. He was rich because people did things for him, and because others were poor. But today's average person can go into a supermarket and buy a fresh, frozen, tinned, smoked or pre-prepared meal made with beef, chicken, pork, lamb, fish, eggs, potatoes, beans, carrots, or he can choose to eat from scores of nearby restaurants, Italian, Chinese, Japanese or Indian, each of which has a team of skilled chefs waiting to serve at less than an hour's notice. Add all this up and you realize that you have far more than 498 servants at your beck and call. Of course, these people work for many other people too, but what's the difference? In a sense, we're all kings now. Exchange and specialization means you no longer have a wick-trimming footman, but a switch that gives you instant light thanks to hard-working people at a grid of distant nuclear power stations. You have no woodcutters to bring you logs for a fire. Instead, you have the operators of gas rigs in Russia bringing you central heating. This is collective intelligence, where everybody is working for everybody else to bring us whatever we need. And that's why things are getting better and better for humankind.